Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Ritabrata from Stay Tuned, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about my bike, the Merida Big 600 2017 model. So I'll talk to you about the features that this bike comes stock with, the components, and also some of the upgrades that I've done to make the bike more agile on the trail. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's get started with the frame first. So this frame is an aluminum 6061 alloy frame from Merida. This is a 29-inch bike. So 29-inch rear wheel and front wheel. It also got a tapered headset, so you can fit a tapered fork. These tubes are Merida's in-house, which are formed by a technology called hydroform tubes, which makes the material essentially very thin, but also at the same time it makes it more stiff and more strong. This bike has got internal routing, but only on the top tube. The rest of the cables are all visible, and the brake housing runs externally also. The seat post is a 27.2 mm seat post, so not a lot of options if you want to run a dropper post. And this bike is specifically designed for a 1x, although you can run a 2x, but this bike comes stock with 1x. Rest of the features, the seat post, the handlebar, the stem are all Merida's in-house aluminum expert series. So I have a 720mm handlebar in the front, which is a flat but essentially with no rise but little back sweep, which I like. The stem is a 90mm stem, and it has a 7-degree rise or decline, so whatever position you want to ride, it is comfortable if you flip it up upside down. The seat post is also aluminum from Merida's in-house expert series. So 27.2 into 350mm, so a lot of space if you want to increase the height. And the saddle also is from Merida. This is also the expert series, which is very comfortable, and I have no problem whatsoever. This comes with two bottle cage mounts, one on the down tube and one on the seat tube. And the bottom bracket is also threaded, so it's a 73mm bottom bracket shell, so fairly wide, and so it's a BSA English threaded bottom bracket, so you can fit a Shimano, you can fit a SRAM, or as your preference. And the rear is still a 135mm spacing, so it's still a traditional 135mm. It can run up to 11 speed, 12 speed also without any problems. But in nowadays you'll see mostly 142 or 148 through axle. So this is still a 135mm 9mm quick release. So yeah. So let's talk about the drivetrain now. This is SRAM's 1x11 NX group set, a budget end group set on 11 speed, but runs pretty good. So NX crankset in the front, NX rear derailleur, NX cassette, KMC X11 chain, and it came with a NX shifter, but I upgraded that to a GX shifter because I crashed and broke the shifter off. Otherwise the bike runs pretty smooth. I am pretty happy with the shifting and everything that SRAM has to offer, and honestly I like it much better than the Shimano has to offer. The SRAM rear derailleur is a clutch rear derailleur. The front chainring is a 34 teeth Decas direct mount chainring, and it's an aluminum chainring. It came stock with a SRAM steel 28 teeth X-ing chainring, but I have upgraded that to a 34 because I live on the flats mostly. The rear cassette is a 11 to 42 cassette. I find it pretty okay if you're doing climbs in the city and if you're going to the smaller hills. And it's a steel cassette, so the weight is slightly on the higher side, but still because it's steel it lasts quite longer, and so the maintenance cost also comes down to a lot. I've changed the chain multiple times. This is a KMC standard X11 chain. It comes with a quick link. Yeah, and that's pretty much it with the drivetrain. So let us now talk about the fork. This is a Manitou Marvel Comp 29-inch air fork, and it comes with a through axle in the front. So it's a 15mm through axle, and the width is 100mm, so pretty much standard 115 into 100mm axle spacing in the front. It is an air fork, so you fill up, if you have to increase or decrease the preload, you have to fill or decrease air in this side of the chamber. This is the lockout or the compression damping, so depicts how hard the fork will be. It's not a lockout as in the fork does not lock out completely, because since this is an hydraulic lockout or a compression damping, so it depicts how if you want to climb up you can just switch it to a climb mode, and then it basically stiffens up, right? In the bottom we have another dial. This is the rebound knob, basically, which depicts how fast the fork springs back after it has been compressed. This fork is 100 millimeters. It's not an adjustable fork, so if you want to adjust, you have to go for higher end internals. It comes with an aluminium steerer and aluminum steerer, and it's a again tapered head tube or a tapered steerer. So again, a lot of stiffness in the front end, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's talk about the braking now. These are Tektron's Gemini brakes, which come stock on this bike. Both front and rear, I have Tektron Gemini brake levers along with Tektron Gemini calipers, both front and rear, and I'm running 180mm rotors, which are also of Tektron. So let me now talk to you about the major upgrade I've done to this bike. So the major upgrade is the wheel set. This bike comes stock with Merida CC wheels, which are pretty good wheel sets, seal bearings front and rear. But unfortunately, I have managed to break them both in a crash. I got a replacement front wheel from Merida, the same wheel set. It's just a 2018 model. It's still a seal bearing. It's a center lock hub. I added an adapter to use a 6-bolt rotor. Seal bearings, 2 bearings in the front. The rear one is a Control Tech TNA wheel set. This is a pretty expensive wheel set. 11 speed, standard quick release 10 millimeters. 6-bolt standard mounting for rotors in the back, and it has 4 bearings in the back, and the freehub body is very easily serviceable. It has 4 pole system, so it's a very good freehub body sound and a very fast engagement. Both the wheels are having Michelin Wild Grip R 2.1 tires. Even if they're 2.1, they look pretty wide and has very good shoulder knobs as well as very minimal center knobs. So when you're riding in the street also, they roll pretty good. But when you are on the trail also, they grip the trail very fast, very good. Another major upgrade that I suggest to all mountain bikers is to go tubeless. This is probably the most effective upgrade that you can do on your mountain bike. I am running tubeless both front and rear, and the benefits of running a tubeless system is a lot superior upgrade than any other upgrade that you want to make on your bike. Also, I want to say that the stock wheels that come on this bike are already tubeless ready, so you have to use tape, valve and some sealant and probably some better tires, so it seals up pretty well. I have been running this Michelin Wild Grip tires for a pretty long time now, and they're holding up very well. I have not had a single puncture when I converted into tubeless, although when I'm cleaning a tire I can see a lot of sealant here and there. That means that I must have had punctures, but the sealant sealed them up pretty well. So yeah, that's pretty much about my bike. I hope you like the bike. I hope you like the video. I'll be attaching a freehub body sound check at the end of this video. Please go through it. It's pretty sick. If you have any upgrades, if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs like. Please subscribe to my channel. That helps me make more videos. And also, if you like the video and the bike, please share it with your friends so they can also see my bike. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe, and keep riding.